Hey, Racco, back with another video. We have a reaction video for y'all. This is one of my favorite channels to react to about true crime. That and Anna Solves. If y'all fuck with Anna Solves, man, go ahead and like, share, comment, all that good shit, man. I'm trying to get in this YouTube shit, man. We're gonna be grinding everyday videos, everyday reactions coming every single day, at least every day, man. Without any further ado, let's get into it. The Nightmare on Hamilton Avenue.
Hi friends, thank you for taking time out of your week to spend a little with me. I appreciate you. This week, our case comes from a fellow YouTube user, so thank you in advance. The case was described by the media as the worst mass killing in Indianapolis history at the time. So, I ask you all to join me as we remember the victims of the Hamilton Avenue murders. Located at 560 Hamilton Avenue in Indianapolis, Indiana, lived a family. Emma Valdez, who was 46, and Alberto Cal...
Damn. 2 kids. I'm guessing this is probably the older one. And this is the baby. Damn, man. Damn. Rest in peace, rest in peace.
Lived a family. Emma Valdez, who was 46, and Alberto Calvarubia Sr., who was 56, shared the home with their sons Alberto Jr. and David. Alberto Jr., who was 11, and David, who was 8, attended school at...
I thought so. He looked like he was older, but sometimes the younger brother do be look like the older brother sometimes, but this one definitely looked like he was the older one.
Thomas D. Gregg, School 15. Their teacher described the boys as some of the best kids they'd ever taught. Emma and Alberto Sr. were active members of St. Philip Neri Parish in Indianapolis. They participated in a weekly prayer group and were very involved in their son's school. Okay. Living in the upstairs apartment was Emma's older son Magno, age 29. Emma had an older daughter also named Flora, age 22, who did not live in the house.
Okay, I'm gonna call it now. Either the son killed him or he got someone to kill him, or him or the other person had killed them, or it was just they paid someone. Cause I be watching stuff like that, and it normally be if it's a family member involved, they usually do it themselves, or they will pay someone to carry that shit out.
Flora had a daughter also named Flora, age 22, who did not live in the house. Flora had a young son named Luis, who was 5 years old at the time. The family were well known in the neighborhood, with neighbors referring to them as hardworking, caring, and kind. On June 1st, 2006, Flora left her son with his grandmother, Emma, while she ran errands with a friend. Alberto and Emma spent the day with their sons and grandson, while Magno was spending time with his daughter, Jasmine. Per her interview with News, Jasmine, who was 7 at the time, stated that day her father took her to gymnastics practice and dinner before dropping her off at her mother's home. Unbeknownst to them, Magno then headed home to Hamilton Avenue for the very last time. Shortly after 10 p.m., police received a phone call from a neighbor stating multiple gunshots were heard. When police arrived to Hamilton Avenue, the gruesome scene unfolded.
Sounds about right.
Michael Kerman with the Indianapolis Metro Police Department was the first to arrive.
How much you want to bet that nigga went on the run? How much you want to bet that nigga went on the run for probably I'd say probably 2 weeks. I'd say 4 weeks to 2 weeks. I'd say that.
Where he encountered a hysterical woman in the street. She was pointing at 560 Hamilton, stating, "They're shot." On the ground outside was a wallet belonging to Alberto Sr. Pushing through the front door, the smell of gunfire was still hanging in the air.
What?
The house was
that nigga left his wallet. Oh yeah, you definitely a prime suspect. Alberto, you was a prime suspect now.
Pushing through the front door, the smell of gun.
Hey, bro, that's like when they dropped that phone on that fathead scene, bro. If y'all ain't know about that, bro, that's the most craziest shit I heard about that ever happened in Chicago. That shit crazy.
Fire was lit belonging to Alberto Sr. Pushing through the front door, the smell of gunfire was still hanging in the air. The house was ransacked, with pulled-out drawers and overturned furniture. Spent shell casings littered the floor. Barely past the entryway, Officer Kerman stumbled upon the first victim. Magno was in the living room just to the right of the entryway. He suffered multiple gunshot wounds.
Oh, dude, man died? Oh shit, my theory out the window. I guess it's probably the wife.
He also had bruising and abrasions on his face. The pattern abrasion on his neck was consistent with the muzzle of a gun.
Yep.
Under his leg was a .357 revolver that had one shot fired from it. In the dining room were both Emma and Alberto Sr., who suffered the same injuries as Magno. Flora was in the kitchen, where she was shot multiple times and had bruises on her forearms. In the back room located off of the kitchen were the three boys, Alberto Jr., David, and Luis. All boys were shot multiple times, and they were found on the bed. Police recovered 23 discharged cartridge casings from the scene.
Damn.
It was determined the cartridges accommodated high-velocity bullets often used in assault-type rifles.
Damn.
No weapon.
They must have got shot with an ARP or they got shot with an AR. Damn.
High-velocity bullets often used in assault-type rifles. No weapon of this type was recovered from the scene.
Duh.
To police, this seemed like a burglary gone bad. Upon speaking to bystanders, police learned some key details. Frank D., a family friend and neighbor, watched the series of events from across the street. He explained he saw Flora, who was accompanied by a friend, pull into the driveway of her mother's home. She got out of the car where her friend stayed behind. Flora ran up to the porch where it looked like someone pulled her into the house.
Damn.
He couldn't tell if it was someone messing with her or what it was at the time, but shortly after...
See, bro, if y'all be watching shit and y'all see something like that, bro, I would have just called the police immediately, bro. I don't care if the motherfucker at their crib or not. If I see something that's going out of the ordinary, I know for sure at my neighbor's house, I'm calling the police. You gotta know about people's safety, man, because if the pattern not really, like, if they daily pattern and shit not really patterning, bro, it's like, what the fuck going on? It's like, it's really unsettling and off. So it's like, yeah, bro, I would have definitely called the police if I had seen that.
10 or 12 shots were heard, so he called the police. He didn't see anyone leave the house. Flora's friend who was left in the car was also interviewed. She explained when they parked in front of the house, Flora noted the lights were off, which caused her to grow concerned. She got out of the car, ran up to the porch, where she was then snatched into the house. Shortly after Flora was pulled in, Magno arrived. He carried a box of takeout. The friend stated when Magno made it to the porch, he set the food down and reached for something on his side, then entered the house. After his arrival was when the screams and gunshots started. Flora could be heard shouting, "Not my baby." She also yelled at her friend to not come inside. More shots followed this, then silence. The friend and another neighbor claimed a man appeared on the porch with a long gun as shots rang out inside.
That nigga had some
Shirley H., who lived beside the home, told police that she recognized one of the men as Desmond Turner, who grew up in the area. She explained he was friends with some of the teens in the area, and he spent a lot of time at another friend's house who lived in the neighborhood. One of these teens were also interviewed. He was identified as a 16-year-old boy from the neighborhood. The 16-year-old explained he knew Desmond was planning something, but he wasn't sure what exactly. The night of the murders, the teen explained Desmond showed up in a burgundy truck while himself and a group of boys were outside playing football. The 16-year-old agreed to go to the gas station with him to get a soda. He said on their way back, he told him he was going to grab his boy Lucky and his chopper, which was explained as slang for an assault rifle, and then he would be back to the neighborhood. The boy said Desmond was going to hit a lick on the family down the street, with lick meaning a robbery. The 16-year-old said Desmond made it clear he needed quick cash, and there was a rumor that the family had thousands of dollars and drugs in the house. Desmond...
Damn. So I was completely wrong. It was nothing, and it had nothing to do with the son. It was just fucking it was a mistaken identity, but it was like, damn, it just like shit could have been prevented, bro. Damn, man. Son probably been slinging or something, and then niggas have found out what's up, and niggas hit the lick, killed the family. But that's how that street life goes, man. That's why I don't try to tell fuckers like that shit. That shit got cool, bro. Damn, man, that's fucked up. Rest in peace to them, man.
And there was a rumor that the family had thousands of dollars and drugs in the house. Desmond returned to the neighborhood with another man around 9:45 p.m. The men were then seen parking that same truck in the alleyway next to the house at 5:60.
Oh, you wild. That nigga parked basically right beside the house. We ain't gonna get no tips on how to do shit, but bro, if you wanna do something, bro, like that, don't do nothing right beside or close to the crib. Like, I thought you was smarter than that, but if you're gonna be a criminal, don't be a dumb criminal, man.
And watched as they approached the porch. Both men had weapons, with one having a handgun and Desmond the assault rifle.
Yep.
Their faces were concealed. Other teens who witnessed the beginning of the crime were interviewed, who also identified as Desmond as one of the men. The men then knocked on the door, and when it opened, they forced their way inside.
Yep.
Desmond's accomplice was seen through an upstairs window tossing things around. The boys then explained shortly after that the older children arrived, and shots were fired. The two masked men ran out of the front door and made their way into the truck. As the tires squealed, neighbors dialed 911.
Yep.
Desmond Turner was no stranger to law enforcement. In fact, they classified him as a violent offender. He'd just finished a 3.5-year stint in prison 6 months prior on drug and weapon charges. Prior to this charge, he was previously arrested for resisting law enforcement, possession of cocaine, carrying a firearm without a license, and criminal recklessness. His accomplice was later identified by another as James Stewart. Police believe James and Desmond likely were not far from the area, since Desmond grew up here and James grew up in a neighborhood nearby. An extensive search was conducted, with police applying pressure to the public to keep their eyes peeled.
Don't tell me they haven't went to their house and they got the weapons and shit.
And pushed for anyone to not house or protect them from police. When trying to establish a connection to the family and the assailants, none could be made. According to neighbors, they had no known enemies, and they just went to work and kept to themselves. It was also determined no large amounts of money or drugs were found in the home.
Damn, that's what made it worse. Damn. Ooh, damn, that low-key hit. Shit, that's sad, bro. They really got taken out for nothing there. I mean, they got taken out for nothing, like, because they was looking for the shit, even if they still had the shit, but like, they ain't even had anything. That's what made it worse.
It was also determined no large amounts of money or drugs were found in the home. Relatives, neighbors, friends, and authorities gathered for a memorial service in front of the home. The sidewalk was decorated with angel statues, candles, flowers, ribbons, and stuffed animals as a tribute. The manhunt for Desmond, who was the prime suspect, gripped the city for 2 days, while James Stewart was caught fairly easily. A friend of James spoke to police the night after the murders and explained he confessed to her everything that happened at 5:60.
Come on, man. If you're gonna do something, man, talk to God about that shit and take that shit to the grave, bro. Don't be telling your business. Tell like probably 1 or 2 people your business and take that shit to the grave. Don't even tell them all of that shit, bro. If you're gonna do something, don't even say all of this shit, bro. Just say little slight shit if you really want to say something about it. But bro, you shouldn't really be talking, especially to a female, bro. Because you know females, if when shit hit the fan, females are not gonna hold weight. Like it's over.
Hamilton Avenue. James Stewart was apprehended the afternoon of June 2nd after a traffic stop. Once in custody, James was interviewed about that night. James explained he agreed to help Desmond with the robbery, but he had no intentions of it going the way it did.
Why'd you
Once
even
inside the
admit
home,
that,
James
bro?
went upstairs
You
to search for a
tripping.
safe, while Desmond controlled the occupants. Upstairs, he found nothing, so he returned to the main level, where he encountered Desmond being held at gunpoint by another male. This male was identified as Magno.
Yep.
James fired his gun at Magno, and his bullet struck him. Desmond, according to James, then started shooting everybody. Desmond rampaged through the house, and James pleaded with him to not hurt the kids, which did not work. After the murders, James and Desmond fled the scene and went separate ways.
Man.
He explained he went to his girlfriend's house for shelter. He told her he'd gotten himself into some trouble and he was at the wrong place at the wrong time. James told her just between the two of them, Desmond and himself were responsible for a handful of murders, but it was only because they mistakenly thought this family had a stash of cash and drugs.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is Base 44.
The day after James's arrest,
Damn,
Desmond Turner surrendered himself.
Damn.
On June 3rd, shortly before 7 p.m., Desmond, accompanied by family members, turned himself over to police at a Hardee's restaurant. He was placed under arrest without incident. Desmond told reporters and media outlets that he wasn't responsible and there was more to the story than what was being portrayed. Deputy Chief Tim Foley claimed Desmond only turned himself in because he had nowhere else to turn. When Desmond was interviewed, he shared the same series of events as James.
I ain't gonna lie, that nigga giving me fucking Juice vibes looking like when you know that fucking video when that nigga Bishop been fucking that nigga looking like, yo, you really gonna shoot me in front of all these people? That nigga give me those vibes, bro.
When Desmond was interviewed, he shared the same series of events as James. After dropping James off, he took the truck back to the house of its owner, where he crashed for the night. The next morning, he woke up to the news that he was a wanted man. He took the clothes he wore during the murders and placed them in the bathtub, where they soaked in a mixture of peroxide, alcohol, and lotion. Desmond then asked his friend to drive him to Kentucky, so they did. The group made it to Kentucky, and Desmond wanted them to push on to Alabama, but they decided against it and returned back to Indianapolis. After coming back, Desmond decided to turn himself in. Once arrested, Desmond's friend's house was searched, where the previously mentioned clothes were discovered along with bullets that belonged to Desmond. The shirt Desmond used as a cover-up for his face was also found in the vehicle. Both James and Desmond faced over 24 charges, including murder, confinement, burglary, and robbery, one count for each charge per victim.
I ain't gonna lie, boy. Them niggas cook. Them niggas are cook. I ain't gonna lie, boy. I know them niggas probably got the death penalty. They ain't got the death penalty, but them niggas got consecutive life.
Prosecution planned to seek the death penalty against them.
Well, the
state decided to put Desmond and James on trial separately due to witness statements implicating both defendants. Desmond's was arranged to go first. The original plan was to seek the death penalty, but they refrained from doing so when Desmond gave up his right to a jury trial. Instead,
I ain't gonna lie, boy. That nigga had deserved the chair, cause boy, this nigga even say spare the kids, and he ain't even spare no. I understand no witnesses, bro, but come on, man, the babies, bro, come on, the kids, bro. One of them was not even double digits, bro. Like, come on, man, that's heartbreaking, man. I can understand like you killing like dude, man, cause he came, man. He fucked up y'all shit, and he was already probably possibly blinking at y'all niggas. So I understand that. But the kids, man, it's like, damn, I can't. It's like, damn, I can't fuck with that, man. It's like, damn.
A trial by judge. Desmond was found guilty on all counts against him in October of 2009. He was sentenced on November 20th, 2009 to life in prison without parole, plus 88 years.
Damn.
James Stewart's jury trial was scheduled for December 2nd, 2009.
Damn.
James' trial was a bit more complicated for the prosecution. They had a hard time tying James to the crime scene since physical evidence didn't exist. There were also contradictory testimonies
That's
from
crazy.
witnesses that claimed James admitted to the crime, while others provided him an alibi and placed him at a different location at the time of the crime.
Ooh, I smell a mistrial. I smell a mistrial.
Ultimately, it was up to the jury to decide. James Stewart was found guilty on all counts against him. On
Damn.
January 6, 2010, he was sentenced to 425 years
Woo!
in prison. January 6, 2010.
To 425 years. Oh my God, that nigga. Ooh, damn. Damn, just say life. God damn, you won't even make it to see that bitch. You won't even make it to see probably 80, nigga. Shit. God damn.
He was sentenced to 425 years in prison.
Oh my
James
God.
did not receive a capital conviction due to not having the evidence
Bro, I ain't
needed.
gonna lie, bro. If niggas ever do some shit like that to me, nigga, I ain't gonna cap. Boy, you might as well just give me the death penalty. I'm not taking that shit, bro. I'm not taking no 400, 500, 700 years. Like, bro, you might as well just kill me. I don't give a fuck. I'll wait for the death penalty. I'm not gonna cap. I'm not about to send in that bitch for 425 years, bro. Like, what? What? You think I'm really about to sit there? Like, bro, just say life. Like, what the fuck? What? Fuck. Man, come on, bro.
To meet the standard of proof. Both Desmond and James have attempted appeals, with Desmond receiving no reduction and James receiving 4 years off of his sentence when his
What?
robbery conviction was overturned. When asked about the outcome of the trial, the family of the victims were pleased with the outcome. They felt dropping the death penalty was fine since they didn't agree with it to begin with. They stated they didn't have the right to take a life and they were not like them.
Okay. I understand that. I fuck with that. I fuck with that. But it's like, damn, man. Look at them, man. Look at them, man. Little dude, little kids, man, little babies, man. Babies still got baby faces, man. They look just like they dad, too. Look just like they dad, man. Damn, man. Her ass got dragged into the house. It's like, damn, man, that shit's sad.
The family members felt killing them would bring no sense of joy. It won't bring their family back or even ease their pain because, in the end, their families lost someone too. Currently, Desmond Turner is serving his sentence at a prison outside of Indiana, while James Stewart is incarcerated at Wabash Valley Correctional Facility in Carlisle, Indiana. Alberto Sr.'s funeral was held at St. Mary's Catholic Church in downtown Indianapolis, while Emma, Magno, Flora, Alberto...
I hope y'all at peace. I really hope y'all at peace, cause oh man, look at the little kid right here. I hope man. There's some people in this world that would just do some evil things, man, and not the kids, bro. Not the kids, man. Like that's not gangster at all, bro. It's not gangster.
Jr., David, and Luis's funeral mass was held at St. Peter and Paul's Cathedral. Alberto Sr. was laid to rest at the Washington Park East Cemetery, while the remaining family members were laid to rest in Mexico. On August 23, 2008, 560 Hamilton Avenue was set on fire in an arson attack. On July 16, 2010, the house was demolished. Hi friends, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. As always, I'm interested in hearing your thoughts, so leave them below and we can chat about this case. If you found this to be informative, please consider giving the video a thumbs up to let YouTube know you want more from me. And lastly, if you're not subscribed yet, you should because we would love to have you under the ash tree. I want to take a quick moment to apologize to the individual who suggested this case.
I ain't gonna lie, man. That was a real sad case, man. That shit sad, bro. Like they killed the kid. Like they killed the kids. Like, well, not they. Desmond killed the kids, and that shit real sad, bro. Like, bro, like they was even like barely in life, bro. And it just their life got taken, and it just really it really depressing because like things it shouldn't happen that way, man. They didn't deserve to go out like that, man. And I know they died instantly because they got shot with most likely the AR. Because they say dude man had the handgun, so it's like, damn, damn, damn. But I hope y'all at peace. I really hope y'all at peace. Rest in peace to the family. But y'all subscribe to Under the Ash Tree. She make good. She makes some great videos. I fuck with her. That's the end of the video, man. Like, shit, comment all that good shit, man. I'm out.